Hello, we are the mock trial team representing Bayhaven Charter Academy of Panama City, Florida.
Hello, I'm Dana Strack, English Language Arts teacher, 8th grade at Bayhaven Charter Academy, and I am a coach for the poli-sci team.
My name is Eve Van Clay, civics teacher and mock trial coach.
And I'm Bill Henry. I'm the attorney coach for the team.
Hello, my name is Chase Posey, and I'm playing the head juror in this mock trial.
I'm Nate Reeve, and I'm the juror.
I'm Johnny Wilson, and I'm a juror.
I'm Addison Halka, and I'm a juror.
I'm Kirsten Garcia, and I'm a juror.
I'm Trinity Grace, and I'm a juror.
I'm Kurt Wells, and I'm the defense attorney.
Adam Crow, defense attorney.
Peyton Lewis, defense attorney.
Sam Blake, prosecution attorney.
Hayden McSpadden, prosecution attorney.
Dawson Asiatico, prosecution attorney.
Olivia Waddell, Jackie Thompson.
Gage Spencer, Dr. Dakota Reese.
Ethan Collins, Riley Butler.
Tyler Garcia, Dr. Charles Kimball.
Angel Grabby, Jules Simpson.
I'm Madeline Turley, and I play Campbell Ramsey.
Prosecution ready to go forward?
We are, Your Honor.
Defense ready to go forward?
We are, Your Honor.
All right. Prosecution's opening statement?
All right. All right. May it please the court. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, today you will oversee a case that will prove that this man, Mr. Riley Butler, has been maliciously and willfully cyber harassing and cyber stalking Miss Jules Simpson. Today, my colleagues and I will prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that Mr. Butler is guilty of the crimes presented and has ruined a young woman's life due to his deliberate actions. I can assure you that the evidence provided, whether it be a witness statement or Mr. Butler's social media profile, shall prove that he has posted compromising images of Miss Jules Simpson without her consent and has been threatening her with physical harm through song lyrics. Because of accusations stacked against Miss Simpson, accusations that were only stacked against her due to Mr. Butler posting the pictures, her academic future has been threatened and social life has been ruined. Miss Simpson has been removed from SGA, kicked off the soccer team, has had possible scholarship opportunities denied, and now suffers from anxiety and is paranoid about what other people think of her. We appreciate your attention to this case, and thank you for your time.
Defense opening statement.
Will it please the court. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, today you are here to oversee the case of the state of Florida versus Riley Butler. And today you will see and judge the case. And you will see that Riley Butler is without a doubt innocent. It's the prosecution's burden to see that he has been charged with every crime. Riley posted the photos to remember good times with the soccer team and was not intending any harm. The songs were a hobby of his, inspired by the Beatles. The photos and songs were not to harm or harass anyone, but to express himself through a form of social media. It's their burden to prove he is guilty. Riley Butler is a victim of this, and it has caused him drama at school, and he has been affected by losses in his family, and this case is ruining his life. Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right. State, call its first witness.
I would like to call Dr. Charles Kimball to the stand, please. Dr. Kimball, what is your relation to Park City High School?
I am the child psychologist.
How long have you been in psychology?
Approximately 27 years.
Would you say that Jules Simpson had any noticeable shifts after the incident?
Yes.
When would you say that Jules' anxiety started?
Right after the pictures were posted.
Do you think that Jules' anxiety may have been caused by Riley's songs?
Yes.
How would you describe Jules' mental state currently?
Kind of on edge, wondering what her friends are feeling about her.
Would you say that Riley had any negative intent while she was writing the songs?
Yes.
How has Jules' academic life been affected by her anxiety?
Her grades have dropped a good bit since the pictures were posted.
In your statement, you only ever talked to Riley once, correct?
Yes.
How did this encounter go?
She came to me and we started talking about his music, and right after I started asking him some questions about his music, he became very aggressive towards me. After we continued talking, I asked him to go a little bit more in depth about his music, and he abruptly stormed out of the room and said he didn't want to talk about his music anymore.
No further questions.
False?
Yes, Your Honor. You are the school guidance counselor, correct?
Correct.
And in your session with Jules, did she talk about her life stresses and her personal losses?
Yes.
And do you believe that because of those losses and her issues, could she be using her music to express herself?
Potentially.
And you've spent one session with Jules on a weekly basis for a year now, correct?
Correct.
And you've only had one session with Jules, right?
Correct.
I mean, with Riley.
Correct.
So could it be do you have a personal relationship with Riley? I mean, Jules.
No.
So you don't have a personal connection with Jules, even though you've spent a year with her?
No, I'm just her guidance counselor.
Okay, well, do you think you could be favoring Jules over Riley?
No.
So even though you've spent a year more with Jules than Riley, you're not saying you could be favoring Jules?
No.
Well, I think I'll let the jury decide on that.
Redirect?
Dr. Kimball, are all of your opinions today within a reasonable degree of psychological probability?
Yes.
Would you say that you never had another session with Riley because of your first encounter with him?
Yes.
No further questions.
Anything further for this witness?
I would now like to call Jules Simpson to the stand. Ms. Simpson, would you tell me a little bit about yourself?
I'm 17 years old. I go to Park City High School. I'm currently a senior there. I was recently removed from SGA in my soccer team, and yeah.
All right. Would you say that you have any best friends in high school?
I used to. I used to be really good friends with Riley.
So after the soccer team's selection, you and your friends went on a party, correct?
Yes, we did.
And what did you do at that party?
We just hung out. We ate snacks. We kind of just hung out as a soccer team.
And then after the party, did you do anything with the team?
We had gone to our rival high school, and we were just hanging out there. We were just really just fooling around, and then we ended up leaving.
Did you happen to take any pictures with anything there at the school?
Yeah, Riley had taken some photos of us just messing around, having fun.
All right. I would now like to enter Exhibit B, which are pictures from Mr. Butler's social media page. Found it. All right. Do you recognize those photos?
I do.
Can you confirm that that is you in the photo?
Yes.
And after the photos were taken, did you do anything, or did you just go straight home?
I had called Riley and told him just not to post the photos because it would cause suspicion between the school, even though we didn't do anything.
And you told him not to post the photos because of the gator getting vandalized the night of?
Yes.
All right. And did you give Mr. Butler permission to post the pictures that have you in it?
I did not.
In your official statement, you say that you and Mr. Butler had a falling out of sorts. Can you elaborate on that?
Well, becoming SGA president and captain of the soccer team later on, I had to be more friendly with people, and I I had to establish relationships between people, and Riley just thought it as a way as me being like trying to one up him in a way.
When did you find out that Mr. Butler had posted the pictures of you on his MySpace page?
On March 23rd, they were taken on March 23rd, but I had saw them on March 21st, about a year after the incident.
All right. And were there any repercussions because of the pictures with you and him posted?
I was kicked off SGA, the soccer team. I had become distant with my friends, or they have become distant with me, and I was just accused of a lot of things, and my grades started to slip, and I just couldn't. My college applications were denied.
All right. So I would now like to enter Exhibit C, which is an extent of Mr. Butler's MySpace page, specifically being the part where he writes song lyrics for it. And in your official statement, you state that Mr. Butler has been threatening you through the song lyrics. Can you elaborate on this?
Well, one of the songs that he had written or he had modified were "Oh Jude" by the Beatles, and it was like there were a few song lyrics like, as here it says, like, you deserve to suffer and act like a victim. The truth is that you did it to yourself.
And so you feel threatened because you see Jude as being close to your name.
Mm-hmm.
All right. No further questions.
False?
Jules, are you 17 years old?
I am.
Are you friends with Riley?
I used to be.
Were you both on the soccer team?
We were.
Did you know about her MySpace page?
I did not know about his MySpace page originally.
You went to the soccer party that night?
I have. I did.
Were the photos posted on MySpace page after the Wally Gator incident?
Yes, about a year later.
You were removed from SGA and put on probation from the soccer team?
Yes, because of the accusations put against me.
Weren't you removed because you were suspected of vandalizing Wally Gator?
I was.
The photos did not show anyone vandalizing Wally Gator. Does Riley make her songs from the Beatles?
He did.
Is he a Beatles fan?
He is.
Does he make these for fun?
Sometimes.
Did any of the songs mention you?
It felt like it did mention me, not directly, but it felt like, in a way, it did.
Can you find in there where it anytime mentions Jules or Simpson in there?
It doesn't.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Redirect?
No redirect, Your Honor.
You must step down now. All right, court's back in session. Prosecution's next witness.
I would like to call Campbell Ramsey to the stand.
All right. You're good. Man. No.
Over there.
That chair.
Yep. Yeah, let's.
Okay.
Yeah. No, we should keep that in the blooper reel.
We three up there.
We're making one? We're not making a blooper reel. I feel so rich. Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
All right, court's back in session. Prosecution, call your next witness.
I'd like to call Campbell Ramsey to the stand. Tell me a little about yourself.
My name is Campbell Ramsey. I'm 19. I go to Southeast Florida University. I recently graduated from Park City High School.
Did you go to Hurricane High School after a party?
Yes.
Did Riley Butler take any pictures while you were there?
Yes.
Were you there when the photos were taken?
Yes.
And what did you do when you went to Hurricane High School?
We talked and we messed around with Wally Gator for about 15 minutes and then we left.
What do you know about Riley's temper?
He has a very quick temper, an ill temper, I'd say.
Has Riley ever injured anyone?
Yes, he punched me in the face once.
Do you know how the photographs were put on the MySpace post?
Riley posted them.
Would the pictures have an intention to be seen by more than just friends?
Well, he had a public profile, so anybody could view the pictures if they wanted to.
No further questions.
Cross.
Mr. Ramsey, the night that you went to the party afterwards, you went to Hurricane High School. Is this correct?
Yes.
What did you do at Hurricane High School?
We talked for about 15 minutes and messed around with Wally Gator, and then we left.
After that, that leads me to understand that afterwards you left Mr. Riley Butler, Jules Simpson at the Hurricane High School?
Yes.
Okay. And you believe that Riley Butler is threatening you and targeting you. Is this also correct?
Yes.
How so?
He has some song lyrics that contain a nickname I've been called by him and others called Boss, and then followed by Click Click Boom.
And that leads you to believe what?
That it's a gun cocking and being shot.
It's a pretty drastic assumption. In the lyrics, can you find the words Campbell or Ramsey anywhere?
No.
You can't?
No.
And you also, and just because of this, you assume that Riley Butler is going to cause physical harm to you.
Yes.
No further questions.
Redirect.
No redirect, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you, Mamie. Step. Any additional witness for prosecution?
No further witnesses, Your Honor.
So do you rest?
Yes, the prosecution rests.
All right. Defense. Call your first witness.
We would like to call Jackie Thompson to the stand. Tell me about yourself.
I'm Jackie Thompson. I'm 37 years old, and I've been a music instructor for 8 years.
You're the music instructor at the school Riley and Jules attend, correct?
Yes.
And would you say you know Jules a lot and know him personally?
Don't really have any. I don't think Jules really has any classes with me. I'm like have classes with Riley though.
And has Riley talked about how much he loves the Beatles?
Yes.
And he likes using the template of the Beatles.
Yes.
So is Riley's music based off the Beatles?
Yes.
Objection. Cause for speculation.
Do you believe Riley uses his music to express himself based off the template of the Beatles?
Yes.
And do you believe Riley is harmful in any way?
No.
Would you even say he wouldn't even hurt a fly?
I don't think he would.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Cross.
Is it true that you have spent more time with Riley Butler than Jules Simpson?
Yes.
Is it true that you and Riley have good relations and you might consider them a prized student?
Yes.
Do you believe Riley would hurt anyone?
No.
Did you know that Riley once punched Campbell Ramsey over a joke?
No.
Is it true that Riley has a short temper?
Not that I know of.
Do you believe, because of Riley's temper and Jules focusing less on Riley, that Riley would try to hurt Jules or get revenge on Jules?
No.
Do you believe that Riley could edit the Beatles' music to threaten Jules?
He could.
Is it true that Riley's music has seemed more angry or aggressive lately?
Yes.
No further questions.
Any redirect?
Yes, Your Honor. So, You heard the prosecution talk about how Campbell Ramsey was punched by Riley.
Yes.
Do you believe that Campbell Ramsey was punched by Riley?
Yeah. No.
And do you... And you do think that Riley would never hurt a fly?
Yes.
So, do you know personally what Riley has lost in his life?
He's lost his father.
And would you say his mother is the only thing he has left?
Yes.
Well, Campbell Ramsey was punched because she made a joke about Riley's mom. And do you think that Riley was defending his mother's honor?
Yes.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Alright. Make you step down. You done with this witness? Alright, you step down. Your next witness from the defense.
I'll call Dr. Dakota Reese instead. Dr. Reese, how old are you?
58 years old.
And where is it that you're employed?
Burlington University.
What do you specialize in?
Psychology.
How many trials as an expert witness have you been to?
Over 50.
And you are the head of psychology at this university? Is this also true?
Yes.
So you seem mighty qualified. Now, what do you think about the lyrics that Riley Butler has posted on his MySpace page regarding Jules Simpson?
Well, while questionable at first, the lyrics don't mention any of the names directly and they don't establish any credible threat.
And do you think that Riley has any motivation to hurt Jules physically in any way?
I would say not.
Well, I'll let the jury decide if they want to listen to a teenager or a well-qualified professor. No further questions.
Cross.
Dr. Reese, you stated that Riley was not very violent in the previous questions, correct?
Yes, sir.
Would you describe Mr. Butler punching Miss Ramsey in the face as not very violent?
Well, it was over a joke about his mother. He's been very close to his mother due to the death of his father. And it was very in the moment, I would say. He didn't have time to think about it. He just acted on his emotions rather than having a long-term hatred towards Campbell.
I'll let the jury decide if aggravated assault is okay. Anyway, would you examine Exhibit C, please? Would you also describe the song written by Mr. Butler called The Truth Comes Out in the End as not very violent?
It doesn't refer to anybody here. It's not very... It doesn't refer to anybody that... I would say yes, but it doesn't personally refer to any of Riley's friends, and
you're sure these aren't innuendos, correct?
Yes.
No further questions.
You ready?
Yeah, sure. Dr. Reese, I would like you to examine Exhibit C again. Looking over those lyrics, can you say that Jules, the name of Jules or Simpson is mentioned anywhere?
No.
So can it really be said that Jules was being targeted in those lyrics?
No. Also, Riley is very close to Riley has mixed opinions on his father's death. Riley's father committed suicide. Riley often feels either sad or angry about his father's death. He feels angry at times, due to his father abandoning his family. So these lyrics could equally be compared to his father's death as to Jules Simpson.
So you would say that that's the most probable reason for these lyrics, not a grudge against a friend?
Objection. Counsel is asking the witness to give an opinion.
He's an expert. He's allowed to give an opinion.
Yes.
No further questions.
Never said overruled or sustained.
You may sit down, sir. Defense, call your next witness.
Defense would like to call Riley Butler to the stand. Mr. Butler, describe yourself.
I'm 17. I like soccer and I love music.
When did you really become interested in music?
Right before my dad committed suicide.
What inspired you to post the music on your MySpace page?
Get it around the world, let people see, inspire others, and I guess that's all, sir.
You mentioned earlier that you play soccer.
Yes, sir.
Did you make the varsity team?
I did.
What grade?
Junior year.
Was there a party after the cuts were made?
There was. Yes, sir.
Did you guys ride along to the rival team's school?
We did.
What happened at the rival school?
Nothing significant. I left before. Nothing significant that I saw personally. I left before the vandalism occurred, and Jules decided not to come with me.
Were the pictures taken at the rival school?
Yes, sir, they were.
Did somebody vandalize Wally Gator?
Yes, sir, somebody did.
Did you see somebody vandalize it, or did you leave early?
I left early.
Were the photos taken that evening posted by you?
Yes, they were.
Why did you post the pictures?
Memories, good times, or what used to be good times.
I want you to answer this question and face the jury. Did you upload the photos to Hurt Jules?
No, I did not.
Did you upload the music to Hurt Jules, or is it based off the Beatles?
All of my music is based off of the Beatles and not intended to hurt anyone at all.
When you posted the comments, were they directed at Jules?
No.
Doesn't it in fact not even mention Jules in there?
Yes, sir, it does not.
Are you trying to cause harm to Jules?
No.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Cross.
So earlier when you stated that the pictures were posted due to, or just to reminisce about good times, I believe you forgot to leave out the fact that when you're posting something on MySpace, it has to be individually selected.
Yes.
And the pictures were posted almost a year later, is this correct?
Yes.
And Jules Simpson was tagged in one of those pictures.
Yes.
Can you tell the jury what you wrote underneath that picture?
Just a second.
Would you like me to get your official statement to refresh your memory?
Yes.
May I
Please.
approach?
Yes.
Can you read that, Van? From there to there?
G. I wonder who the murderer is. Wink face.
All right. And on this was the comment that you posted underneath the picture that had only Jules Simpson on it, correct?
Yes.
And the pictures of Jules Simpson were posted the same day, March 21st, 2019, that the song lyrics that Miss Simpson feels threatened by.
Yes.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Redirect?
Yes, Your Honor. You mentioned earlier that the photos were posted not to cause harm to Jules,
Yes, sir.
and that instead this was all for memories.
Yes, sir.
So, was this was all just memories? Nothing meant by it.
No,
Just to
sir.
remember good times.
Nothing.
No further questions,
Nothing bad
Your
was
Honor.
meant.
Free to step down. Thanks, sir. Any other witnesses for the defense?
No further witnesses, Your Honor. Defense rests.
Closing statement by the prosecution?
In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, as a result of Riley Butler's actions, Jules Simpson has been removed from the soccer team, has been kicked out of clubs, and has even had college applications denied. Unfortunately, Jules is also being threatened by Riley through his songs, which has resulted in Miss Simpson's anxiety. Thank you for your time. I hope you will come to a concise conclusion.
Closing from the defense.
Yes, Your Honor. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, in conclusion, my client, Riley Butler, posted the photos to remember the good times. The songs were made as a hobby because he has a passion for the Beatles. The photos and songs were to have a good time, not to harass anyone, not to cause harm, but to express himself in a form of social media on his MyFace page, which is a common form of social media for these kids. In this wonderful country, we have the freedom of expression. It's prosecution's burden to prove his guilt. Riley Butler has been a victim of drama at his school, loss in his family, this case ruining his life and reputation, and a misconception of the truth that has put an innocent kid in the shoes of a criminal. Please do not let the truth hide itself. Thank you for your time. No.
Rebuttal argument, please. Prosecution.
No, Your Honor.
What's that?
Yeah, just tell him that it's corrected.
All right, members of the jury, you've heard the statement made by both counsel, the arguments by the attorneys, and the evidence. It's time for you to deliberate and give verdict.